So, hello everyone. This is Sudowrite 201. This is the second class. We have the first class yesterday to show as much as possible the basic. I hope the class yesterday wasn't too much all over the place. We have so much things to show on the 101 that we tried, and every 101 class are different. Well, every class are different to say the least. We always have something new to teach, something new showing up, new story, new way that the AI are going to direct the class for us in the same time. So in the Sudowrite 201, it's for people who are new to writing with AI. They want to learn how to write a story starting to finish with the AI. And if any time you feel this is not the right content for you, you can feel free to sign out and sign up for a different class for you. But every ambassador and every teacher will tell you that every class you learn something. Even me, after 2 years, I still learn something at any class I'm going with the other teacher. So again, we have the small introduction we're doing right now. We're going to have a small demonstration, story Bible, write, rewrite, describe. We showed that a bit yesterday, and a Q&A question. At any time during the class you have question, you can raise your hand by the raise hands by the reaction button, and I will be happy to let you speak and ask a question between 2 sentences. If you see that I don't ask for you to speak, you can also do to let me know that you've been waiting for a while, because we don't always see everything on our screen when we're doing the Zoom. Matter of fact, we have problems sometimes to see the participant and the chat. Okay. And I always need to check what's shared. So you can see basically what I have on my screen, but you cannot see what we see. Ah, that's interesting. I can see what I share with you. So, all right. So my name is Manon, and this is the 201. So without any more waiting, we're going to jump right in. Let's close this window. Let's close this one too. So is everyone from the 101 yesterday are now signed up with Discord? Everyone is with Discord? Good, OG. 1, 2. So people are signing up. Good. You find the class, the course video. I'm sharing the right screen. Yeah, so you can see my mouse. And I'm sorry if I move the mouse too fast. But the course video is right here. You can ask which level of class you want to see on the top. And then they're going to give you, like I put down the beginner. If you put intermediate, you're going to get all the 201 and some 101. Oh, that's because it's open here. Here we go, 201, then 301. Ah, there we go. So this place is very, very fun. The class from yesterday will show up eventually. I haven't been put up, but you're going to find it here. And as I'm talking to you, I have to share with you the here we go, copy link, done. This is our document that we work with, so that we start yesterday. So you have everything that I taught yesterday with about a bunch of links, the Discord, the rules as you come in, the first thing you see when you come in Sudowrite. And your first screen, what you see, everything is here step by step. Okay, so we won't go back in all those buttons, but feel free to go in. You remember yesterday we were talking about how to make a poem? So I enter the little poem, which is in this area of the plugin on top here. When you go down, you find poem, you click on poem, and this is how you can start a poem with Sudowrite. You set a topic, the title is optional, and you can give up to 5 lines to show what kind of poem you want, but just a topic and a small title, a phrase, and that's good to go. So in our, where's my form? That's not it. It's in the back here. So you can see the one from yesterday. I put the self-love. This is the result we got. It's not a bad poem at all. And if you want, you can also get a nice picture from it, which I put into Medium this morning. Now, remember yesterday we had that give me 5 idea, and somehow it wasn't really letting me get what I want. So we're going to ask it again, because last night I was saying, man, I know it's working. I always use this. And sometimes Sudowrite, when they do some updates, things don't always work the way we want. So this is the prompt that we're going to use. I'm going to ask Sudowrite one more time to give us those 5 stories. And yesterday it worked when I did it alone. And when you're in class, sometimes it just doesn't want to do it for us. So let's see if it's going to work this morning. There we go. First story, historical fiction. The genre combines the element of a story with fictional character event and can be any time and period, often explore the lives of everyday people during the significant historical event. Some example, The Book Thief by Marcus Suzak. Anyone knows these people? So the other story, it's the magical realms. This genre blurs the line between reality and fantasy by incorporating magical and supernatural elements into an authorized realistic setting. It's often support the theme of identity, culture, tell the story of a family living in a fiction Latin American town and magical event occurring. A psychical thriller. So we have 5 ideas here that we can start developing together. And from this, we're going to decide if we're going to make a full story out of it. So this is from what we asked yesterday, the mix of fact and fiction with historical fiction. So the first idea is an historical fiction. The second one is the magical realism. The third one is a psychological thriller. The fourth one is a dystopian. The genre is set in a future society that is often oppressed, corrupt, and chaotic. And number 5 is a coming of age. This genre explores the growth and development of a young protagonist as they navigate their way through the challenge and complexity of adolescence. So which one you guys like to use as we develop the story? 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? All right, doggy. All right, so, oh, sorry for the dogs. Someone ring at the door, probably the mail or something. Shh. All right. 2, 1 or 2, 3, 3. Any except the historian? 2. So we have a few of the 2, the magical rims. Okay, so let's go with this one. Let's see what the Sudowrite can give us with this here. We're going to ask for a new document, and we're going to use all the different ways. Wait a sec, before I do that, let's see if we can get more information on number 2. That's number 2 we're using, right? Okay. Let's see if we can get more description to this little part here. We're going to ask to describe more information about that magical realms. So we click describe. And yep, the describe thing, it's great for one thing. It's going to give you the sight, the smell, the taste, the sound, the touch, and the metaphor. In some of your story, if you have someone which is blind, then you may not want to see the sight there. If someone it doesn't hear anything, you may want to turn off the sound. Every one of those will produce a card, and remember each card produce credit or use your credit. So once you do ask for more description, you got to make sure you have the right one. And for us right now, we have all of them open. I'm going to move my screen here. So in my story, that we have chosen number 2, we're going to put some separation between them. So the page of magical realism novel, a kaleidoscope of color, blend, realist scene, the world of magical realism blur, a woman with wings sprout from her back. That's interesting. Let's insert this one. I like that idea of the wings coming out. I don't think I want the smell really. Scent of freshly baked bread. No, we don't need that there. I don't think we want the flavor or the taste of that. And the sound is a gentle whisper of spirit guiding a lost soul. No, we don't need that either. The touch, the reader turn the page, they might feel the texture of the worn book in their hand. So it has nothing to do with what I want here. So that's not good. Things like that, that doesn't, wait, come on. Ah, just a second. My view just decided to go really, really big. There we go. When things like that you don't need or you don't want, you can just go thumbs down, says, I don't really want, this is a story. I don't want to know what the reader is going to feel when he turns the page. Maybe there's more information as we go down, but the start of it, it's not useful for me. The genre is a metaphor, is a genre that dances between mystical and mundane, waving spell and unenchanting enchantment into the fabric of everyday life. It's a reflection of your deepest desire and fear. It's not bad. I don't think we need that in this part here of the description. So we'll go with what we have here. So the magical realms, the page of magical realms, blend the world of magical, a woman with the wings. So we have at least one character. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to bring it into the new document we open. And we're going to see what first draft will do with that information. So I'm just going to copy everything in the first draft and I'm going to ask for a synopsis. Write a synopsis. Oh. Write a synopsis based on the magical realm. And as soon as you click enter, it goes. That's one thing that it's really bothering me is that as soon as you click enter, no matter which way you click enter, is going to start. So if you try to write something else and you just make a line, it's going to go and start writing. So in a world where reality and fantasy intertwine, the line between that is possible and that is not become a blur. Magical realism, the genre wave through the element. One of the most iconic example of the genre is Gabriel Garcia. So he's giving me information about the genre, which we won't need for the story, but we can use a bit later on when we work into the style, because it's giving us the genre and the style is writing the story here about. The town is surrounded by a shimmering barrier. Separating from the rest of the world, the barrier is act as a metaphor for the isolation and uniqueness of the town. So we have nature of Macondo and its inhabitant. As the story goes, so everyone can read that too. I'm going to save my throat a little bit. Remendio, haunted or past, culture. Mostly I need you to type the enter key. I tried the shift key and even the shift key make the thing to go and start. That's why I say no matter which mixing, as soon as you click enter, it just goes and it's very frustrating into the first draft. All right, so we have a good start of a story. So we're going to take the part of the story that we need, a world of reality. We're going to bring the whole thing and put that into our brain dump. So select all, copy. We have our story Bible, and now we're going to start the, why is my computer doing that? There you go. So copy. We're going to go in the story Bible, and we're going to start a story. So yesterday I was playing with it a little bit, so we're going to remove this from the story Bible. So here it's a story that I brought in, which is Eva, the astronaut that I talked about yesterday. And I did, sorry, from Canva, we had that started, which I'm going to have to put in the document too. But today we're going to use the one we start together with this here, and we put everything in the brain dump that we want. And you remember earlier, you asked me about heavy dialogue and things like that. So right here, you can put down the style of the story. We don't know a whole lot because it's not a story that I brought in myself, but it's a story that we started with Sudowrite by giving us some idea of story, and we start this way. But we want heavy dialogue in our result. So right here, you can put it that you want heavy dialogue, show, don't, tell. This is one prompt that you can tell the AI that you want things like that. If by any chance you want this to be a short story, meaning it can be just chapter 1, which will give you between 2 to 4,000 words, which is a short, very short story, you can put it here that you want to write a short story, all inclusive into one chapter. And the prompt for that is, let me see, I will have to go get that prompt in my Otter. So here I got write 365 bedtime story for children, each content in one chapter. You can ask to choose the best genre, use the snowflake method. So I'm going to copy this, I'm not going to use all of it, but I'm going to bring it into the other one. And that you can put into your brainstorm. So we put down here, write a short story. Doesn't have to be for children, can be for young adults, each contain within one chapter. Choose the best genre for each chapter, so that I can remove. So write the beats using the snowflake methods. I like this part here. I like that prompt that I'm using quite often for one simple reason, is going to do the beats in a proper step by step. So one thing we have sometime with the beats, when we get our prose, they have looping. So when you let the AI know that you're using a special method, which is called the snowflakes, and you can go in Google and ask what method of writer use, and they have different one that you can use. But I really like the snowflake method, and I put it down in many of my books. Let me see if I can check the chat here. Mo say hi, sad. That is a key feature I would request. This is the key. Yeah, that's true. Eventually they might fix that. Okay. So we have our brain dump, and we make it as a short story for this one. And then later we can come back and make a long story. See what it's going to do with this one, if it's going to give me the short story we're looking for. Where's my other one? Where's I put my little So in the genre, I put down 3 for children, heavy dialogue, first person POV, adventure. It's going to come back in my synopsis. And then we have all my character, use name for each character. Okay, so we get all the information we're supposed to need. So let's see if it's going to work with the heavy dialogue and write a smart short story. We don't need this here. There's a snowflake plugin. Ah, thank you, John. So we have that fiction for adults. So we have, let's see. Where does it say what kind of genre? The novel opened and was a. So if you're not sure of the genre that we have here, or you want to make sure that you have the right one to put in a genre, we can ask the AI what it is. So surrounded shimmering town. So in the world of fantasy, actually we can probably use all of it. So I'm going to bring all of it back in. That's probably here. I'm going to put it in the bottom here. Or should I put it here? Let's do a new one so it's all on mix-up. So I'm going to put everything in here. What I want is going to give me a title. I want to find a genre. Yeah, that's what it's doing. Genre. So what you can do, you see that highlight as I go down, rewrite, describe, quick edit. You can go with the quick edit, which is basically like a chat GPT. You can quick chat or quick edit. So we're doing a quick chat and ask which is the best genre for this story. And let's see what the AI is going to tell us. It's going to check out all the words that highlighted. He might even go up and down. So he's looking at it and he's going to give us an answer. Historical fiction mixing fact and fiction. So given the intertwine of reality and fantasy in your story, the genre of magical realism could be the best fit. This genre beautiful wave together supernatural element with everyday life, allowing the exploration of themes like identity, culture, and spirituality. The example you provided from Gabriel Garcia Marquez, 100 Years of Solitude, align well with the element of the story. Cool. So if you like it, you can put down why you like it. It's very slow. Now, let's see if I can keep that, because I don't think he's going to keep it. They don't save our, when we do the chatting. Oh, again. Don't know why it's doing that, but eventually I figure it out. All right, so we have our genre. We know it's a fiction for adults. We probably have more than 40 words though. But we're going to have what we need, given intertwine realism, the three, the genre of magical realism. We don't need to get all that information. Take that off, magical realism. Genre be full supernatural. So beautifully weave together supernatural element with everyday life, allowing the exploration of the theme in its and culture. What else did we got when we asked for this thing? I'm going to. So given intertwine of the story, Could be best the genre beautiful with spiritual life, allowing for exploration of team and state culture and spirituality. All right, so we have a genre, the start of it. Now we're going to ask a synopsis. And I remember yesterday when I told you what the synopsis is using the braindom and the genre. So we give a good amount of information for the genre. So let's see if it is going to give us as a synopsis. So when giving in the AI instruction, each instruction should go in its own individual bracket. You can put a one bracket fit all, or you can do it for each instruction that you want the AI to know. And I think we learn with the time that the last instruction is the most important to the AI. All right, so in a world where the magic and realism blend together, the line between what's possible and impossible become a blur. 100 Years of Solitude by Gabriel. So this I don't like at all. I don't want the information of Gabriel to show up in my book. So I'm going to go and delete that part in here. Where is it? In a world of reality. Where is the information by Gabriel? There we go. Once the most iconic example of an is along the same. So I don't want this in my story novel with who is determined to family, traveling the day, the town. I'm going to probably have to change the name. Okay, by removing that person, let's see if we can get a better synopsis without having the author and the name of the story it's basing the story on. So I ask for a new synopsis. Not sure why I have so many names which are like the story progress. It's very small, very little information in the synopsis. I really don't like it. So when I don't like what I see, I like to take the information I have on top here, and I'm going to go in a world of realism. The novel will open, take off this part here, so I don't want the novel to open to something. Town surrounding barrier. Having a few fixing, I'm going to get these fixed. Okay. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to get more information on this. And I'm going to get Canva to do it, or I can ask many different ways to go for it. So let's see if we can put it in Canva and what it's going to give us. A list of prompts, you can find them in Discord under tips and tricks. Or just go in the search and put prompt, and a lot of prompt will show up. It's running with the content found. Yes, I know. And remember last year I told people I don't like when the author or a title of another book is put in the story, because their problem with that is copyright and plagiarism gets in. And we want something which should belong to us, not something which belong to someone else. We're going to choose the Hollywood beats for this one. And you can go on all of these and read every single example to make sure you have the one that you're looking for. The story circle is very good for short story for children or mafia story, romance outline. Don't have to say the journey, the hero's journey. So let's go with this Hollywood beats. We're going to try this one. I'm going to put all the information I got, and it's going to stop. It's not going to use all the words. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to check, because I think he put how many words there is in there, about 500. So we're going to see if we have the information once. In a world where activity and fantasy intertwine, magical realism is a man, natural, complex tapestry, spirituality, the town surrounded a shimmering barrier separating the rest of the world. That I like this part. Later we can ask to change those names. As the story progresses, we are introduced in a wide cast of characters, each in their unique. This is good information, but it's not where I would put it. It's more like we're going to put that in the brain dump so he knows we want more information there. So X. Okay. One of the team, so we 100, so we don't want this either. Culture is so central of the magical realism, a town of Mankondo, unique balance, da da da. So we have the family, generate facing, story, concept, spirituality is another team of magical realism, once of the 100. So we move that to C. There we go. All right, so we give some line of what the story is about. We're going to ask to generate an outline based on that information. And you cannot go back and forth between, I know I have something copy in my clipboard, but until it's finished, I cannot go out of here and try to put it into my brain dump. So I'm going to keep it into. All right, so he gave us an outline here. And I have an outline at the bottom, so I have to get a bit of space. And with this here, you have in the bottom, get things, I have to get going. Bye, Jane. I'm going to get a bit smaller so we can see what we have. There we go. Because now I have, this is a nice pin board because I have one of the story I tried yesterday. I have this, the story circle of the hero's journey. And you can see here the difference between Hollywood Beats, how he put all those parts of the story in a different manner than the hero's journey. And you can do the same thing over and over with all the different version of these and have different structure and find the one you like for your story. So, okay, so we have Jose participant. The family wants brave adventure, man. Da, da, da. As the town of Makando evolved in the year, so the universe teams, the story problem. The mysterious gypsy arrived in Mankondo with available technology, advanced available technology acknowledgement. The story sparked one day while hanging laundry, the young girl Remedies suddenly ascend to heaven. Remedios. Okay. Too many options. After being abandoned as a child, then taken by Biandia family, Rebecca bring the plague of insomnia to the town. Wow, okay, that's interesting. Macondo is melting pot of different culture. So first choice, the additional character, so someone will show up here. Point of family, a triumphant parallel. Okay. As the story continues, so the new life, this is very small. So if you want this card to get more, you can ask to generate more for this card. So I'm going to ask for more because it's just as the story continues. I like to get more information. So it's giving me 3 cards that I can replace this card with. So as the story continue, as the Bonduru family remind progress in overcoming their curse, the town, trouble, stumble, hidden. So as you can see, Canva is going to create a outline. So what we did is we use what we got in the synopsis and the brain dump on the other side. I brought it here into the outline. I choose the Hollywood beats And from there is creating a outline. And from here, you can correct everything you want in the outline. You can ask for more box and fix those box. And that's where we are right now. Hope that answer your question, Mona. So family reminder, da da da. So the second box is as the Buendia family seemingly make progress in overcoming the curse. So curse, curse. As the Buendia family prepare for celebrate a Day of Dead festival, they join a group of mysterious visitor. I like that one. So why is it giving me everything in one part? I'm going to use this one. I'm going to hover over. Sometimes it doesn't want to do it. It's supposed to change. It doesn't want to change. And I'm not sure why that sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't work. I would like to get this in that box, but it doesn't want to do it for me. So I'm going to copy and paste. There you go. Not playing with when it doesn't listen to what I want to do. All right, so we have the new life. You're welcome. So false ending. So they have a new life. They think everything is good and they do things there. They have a festival, neighborhoods. And then as they have a false ending, seemingly progress overcoming their curse and the town trouble, the effort is met with a false victory. That's going to be interesting. There's going to be some action there. Then the change of circumstances. Just as the family believed they have conquered the storm, the story problem, the circumstance change, on the victory now proved to be a greater challenge, pushing the family to their limits. They showcase the fates action, da da da. That's not too bad. So as the Bueno family faced their challenge, they realized their previous progress has been reset. Okay. The rock bottom. So it's going to be not, it's going to have a lot of up and down to that story. At the point of that story, the Buendo family is shown to be in their lowest point, emotional and in terms of allies. Okay. The better choice. After hitting rock bottom, the main character who's present in the spirit of Buenda family take a moment to reflect on their journey. They realize the lesson of the story, themes, and come to the new plan. And then attacking the story problem. The main character gather all their allies and resources to face the story problem. And at the end, a new main character sketch. At the end of Wanda family and the town of Manco face a new reality, whether it be a happy tragic ending. Okay, so we have some kind of story that we can use. So what I'm going to do, I think now I copy and paste, so that's gone. Because I did a copy of paste of this one in the box, so the other one is gone. But that's okay. I'm going to take the three dots here, and I'm going to copy the whole outline to the clipboard. And I'm going to click on the little house. And I'm going to go to the 201. And then we're going to keep going with our story. To move this up here, we go in the story Bible. We're going to go in our brain dump, and we're going to put our outline. So should I put it on top or on the bottom? Let's put it. I'm going to replace the brainstorm with our outline from the story Bible. All right. And from this, we'll still have our genre is there. And we're going to ask for a new synopsis because the whole point of this is that synopsis is like, there's nothing here for starting a story. So now that we have an outline with a lot more information in it, it should give us a much better synopsis. That's much better. Now we almost have 800 words of synopsis in the town of Moncondo, realist fantasy intertwined, creating and exposing a theme of identity, spirituality, the world, surround, shimmering, separate the world, metaphor, Moncondo, gypsy, behind abandon the child. Okay, we have a small amount of information here. And we're almost at the end of our limit in words. So we're going to keep going because I want to show you how we can use the rewrite button. So here, if I know exactly how I want to change my synopsis or add something to synopsis, I can write the instruction on how to change it, like make it more dramatical or show lower points, things like that, change the prop or the genre. But what I want to show you right now is I want to change the character name because I don't like all those character names and city. And here the character is using the synopsis to create character. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to generate a list of character based on the synopsis. And we're going to ask those characters to be renamed as a rewrite. As you can see, the rewrite button, rewrite character. I'm going to ask the character to have different name. And you'll see how we're going to do that. This is all those little tools you can use in Sudowrite. During this is going, any question? Is there no undo feature? There is an undo feature when you are in the story up here, but not when you are in those toolbox. There's no undo. And once you are in the chapter, you'll be able to fix things because basically you get the Word document version that you can play with. I'm looking at when you copy and paste something over something else. In the canvas, there is a return to. If you want me, I'm going to show you that. If you go in canvas, just make sure that's finished writing. Yeah, okay. When you go in canvas, right here, I don't know if you can see those two arrows, redo and undo and redo, and you can get the screen bigger and smaller. This is where you can do some undo and redo in the Canva. Now let's go back to the story itself. Go back in the house. We're going to 201. You're welcome. The history. Yeah, the history is another one to show you guys. Let's go back into here. Once you do things in the random genre styles, you have that little clock here. And that little clock, when you click on it, every step of the way is going to show you the change you did as you go. So if you did produce the very, very first one, which was yesterday, and then we changed the whole story to today, you can go and just ask to restore and you can go back, or you can copy and paste and use it the way you want. And you can close it. Go. Okay. All right. So we have our that. Now let's get our character. So we have Jose, Manquala, and what I want, remove this because I don't want it to be limited. I want to get new character. I want to change the name. So I'm going to go and say, should I get them to rewrite them or just change the name? So Hans, a brave adventure man. Could I have mysterious gypsy, a young girl? So he seems to have very good character, but we just want to change the name. So keep the character. Oh, but what keep the character. Information, but change all the names to, let's see, to Canadian names, please. And you can also give more physical description for each of them. Anything else you think you like to ask Sudowrite to give you more for the character? And you just keep in mind we have only 700 words in character, so it's going to probably get over that. So if I was to say, okay, just go with that, let's see what it's going to do. Rewrite. So we have Jack, Buen dia, Mackenzie. He changed the name, but not the last name. Maybe I should have put down, change the name and last name. So we have Paige Cote. There's a few names which still need some change. Change the name to, so change the name and last names to Canadian name, please. And the description is appearance and advanced knowledge. So it's giving us more information on their description, but we have less words. Okay. So let's keep rewriting and ask for the last name to change to. There we go. Now we have different last names. So William Bushanan, Maggie McIntyre, Lila Mackenzie, Joelle Bushanan, Oscar McDonald, Sophie Campbell, Eleanor Sinclair. There we go. So now we have different name. And we have description of what they're doing, their parents, knowledge, teaching, inhabitant, young girl. And we can ask for the AI to give us the age, hair colors, and more information than that. But just for the sake of the class, because we're already at 12:49, I'm going to keep going. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to copy. You can use this little box here, copy. And we want that synopsis to be rewritten. So rewrite the synopsis with the new character attached. And I put the whole list of the character people we have. So what it's going to do now is going to rewrite the synopsis and it's going to change the name and everything else that we asked for. So rewrite the synopsis with the new character attached, which is I put down. So rewrite. Just for the sake of everything to go faster, I'm going to try to get this to go faster a bit. So, in a town of Maple Ridge, reality and fantasy intertwine, creating a beautiful complex of tapestry that explores theme, identity, culture, and spirituality in the center of the world of William Bushanan. His name's still there. Does that mean he's in the brain dump? Oh, I probably left it in the brain dump. If someone see that name in the brain dump, let me know. Woman, knowledge, culture, town of Macendo. Thank you, Carl. Have a good day. So when there's something that you don't like, you have to go and figure out where that is coming. Or William Bushman is one of the characters, a new character in the story. Yeah, okay, that's a new character, so never mind. So we have the Maple Ridge is surrounded by shimmering barrière, Maggie McIntyre, one day Lila Mackenzie, a young girl innocent, etc. So here we have a synopsis which is going to be put into our document. And we still have 9 minutes before the hours. So I really like to know, guys, if you have question about everything that I showed this far. And tomorrow we're going to go deeper and get this story into chapter books. And I'm going to try to show you before we go the style also, how to bring the style. But normally I like to do the style after I did my first chapter and correct all the people way they talk and everything else like that. So any question, guys? Anything? You can unmute and ask your question. What time is the class tomorrow? Same time, Mona. Start at 12 for me, which I don't know what it is the time for you, but it's the same time tomorrow. You're welcome. You're welcome, Uji. There's no question? Okay. So let's see if we can get that style because we still have 8 minutes. So we want to get the style going. So we have our character. Now we need an outline. The outline, we have to choose an outline that we want. You can have the outline of a novel. So the novel is a lengthy story with focusing on theme, setting, trope for a particular genre. So they give you example of that genre. We have the hero's journey, and I know we choose the Hollywood beat into the canvas if I recall. So I like the Hollywood beats to be continuing because it's more like in the futurist things and it's good for like the young adult. The story circle is also good, but for very short story like Dorothy, and that's not a romance. So let's keep going with this. Which one do you think? The hero, Hollywood, or story circle would be better for that story we have today? Idea? Which outline would be best to do? Hollywood, story circle? We need another vote. Circle? All right, circle is winning. Let's go with that. Use a story circle. And you know the outline going to be based on the genre, the synopsis, and the character. So that everything that we change the name already in the synopsis, and we change the name of our character. So let's try that. Generate a story circle. In the town of Maple Ridge, William Bushman, a patriarch of the Buchanan family, has established a comfortable life for his family. The town is surrounded by shimmering barrier that isolate it from the rest of the world. William is a well-respected figure in the community, however, is haunted by his past adventure and thirst for knowledge, which ultimately led to his descent into madness. His children, Joel Bushman and Oscar MacDonald, live under the weight of their father's legacy. We seem to have that's going to be a short story, only 8 chapters. So it definitely gave us a small story. But remember what we asked at the start? We wanted to have a short story adult content within 1 chapter. What we didn't do is this part, we should have put it down in the synopsis too, and in the genre, if we wanted to have things only in 1 chapter. But I think we like that story the way it is right now, so I'm not going to bust the AI too much on that one. I'm going to keep going with that and keep that here, that small story we have. So we have the first information, and here you can also use the laser tools. You cannot use them as you are inside this. I don't think we can do. any of those when it's inside because it has to be highlighted and all that. So these, if you want to use those laser tools for the storyline to have more information, you have to take it and copy, make a new document, a blank document, and then you pass it here. It's going to give you a title, Maple Ridge Shimmering Comfort. And here I'm going to put outline. And from here, we can go and expand. We can ask all those little tools to give us more information on chapter 1. So let's go with do the expand. Let's see in my rewrite setting what I have. I don't want 3 cards in case it's doing different cards. I will use for this one. Let's try the ChatGPT. It's going to be expensive though. And our genre, you can ask ChatGPT if it's familiar with Sudowrite and ask it how to prompt. Yes, you can do that, L'Oreal. I kind of do that often. My ChatGPT is back here, and I'm always going back and forth between Sudowrite and ChatGPT, and I have my own personal version of everything else I'm doing. So I use ChatGPT quite a lot also. Okay, where was I here? What I was doing, the outline. Okay, I got sidetracked. Okay, so here, oh yeah, the genre. So this is the genre. And I'm going to put that in my writing setting for that story. So he knows what I'm working with. So bow 500. And we're going to give it more imagination. So the creativity can be at the max, we can be at the least. At the least, it's going to follow everything step by step, very closely to what you give. And here is going to give more creativity to your story. And because it's all futurist and fiction, I'm going to put it not to the most, but just the line before and go with that. So let's get this one more description here. So when I did the highlight, I can do the rewrite, description, expand, visualize, and the quick edit. So I'm going to expand this one here and see what it's going to give me with that. The town of Maple Ridge was like a storybook come to life, a quaint, idyllic place where the picket fence, manicure lawn, but charming facade, the secret town people. For William Bushman, it was both blessing and a curse. I really like the description of the chapter 1 more than just the small one here. But you can also keep both. You can take this and insert it here. And your chapter outline 1 has a lot more information than just the small little chapter you got here. And we got 1 card. So the town, comfort town, surrounding with respect. The town of Maple Ridge was like a storybook. So the zone of comfort. So it's a small little title here. So I'm going to leave that there and just keep this there. So this is my new chapter 1 information. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take it, copy it, and I'm going to bring it to my outline, which we have 1,700 words, so we can definitely get our outline with a lot more information. Here we go, and I'm going to remove all those space. All right, thank you, Tanya. All right, chapter 1. Now we have twice this, so we don't want that twice. I'm going to remove 1. Okay. So it's already 1 o'clock on the nose. So we have played with the tools. We have got our chapter 1 with a lot more information. And what are we going to do? How many of us still here? We are 7, so everyone is gone to work. So the best thing to do right now is going to put everything into the document that I share with you. But I can share again if someone missed it. And I'm going to put all these little steps that we did today. And tomorrow, we're going to keep going on that story and get it deeper and get chapter 1 all the way to the last chapter. So we have a start to finish story. And by the end of the class tomorrow, we should have a book or something which is similar to a book, not ready for publishing, but that can be edited and worked on. So I'm going to stop the recording. I thank you everyone for being here, and you can stick with me a little bit after the recording. We can chat and try a few new tricks if you want. You're going to have that little email asking you if the class was good. If you want to see more, if you like what you got, please answer the little email. I really appreciate to know how I'm doing. All right. Again, my name is Manon Doucette. Let's stop this.